face my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule us. Say that you'll never, 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 never need it. One headline, why believe it? Everybody wants to rule the You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter feels just like ice. And there's a cold, lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know why I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Oh, I'm still standing after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah. Once I never could have hoped to win. Starting down the road, leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. If love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Oh, I'm still standing after all this time. Picking up pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Oh, I'm still standing after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah. Oh, I'm still standing, yeah. Oh, I'm still standing, yeah. 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 I'm standing, you're never gonna get it. I'm still standing, yeah.
Welcome to Daywave. Let's do movies again. That's right, folks. I found. I mean, it's somewhat of a workaround. We did all that ride stuff yesterday. I know there's more ride stuff. I ain't doing that again today. It's Friday. All right, it's Friday. Let's watch some movies. I figured today we would watch a movie from 1956. 1956. The Indestructible Man. So, I mean, look, I get it. There's all the riot stuff, and I'm probably going to cover that on ROTC and blah, 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 whatever. But it's Friday, so let's watch a movie. Let's all chill out. Let's all chill out, and let's do it. Now, the movie's royalty free. It's copyright free, so we should have no problems playing it at all. Why don't we just start? Let's start right now. It's The Indestructible Man, 1956 movie. Let's see. Let's see if I could kind of give you a quick background. So The Indestructible Man is from 1956. It's a crime horror science fiction movie. Original screenplay, blah, 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 blah. The picture is pretty blah, 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 blah. Told in narrative style and popularized television police series Dragnet by police detective Dick Chasin. The story concerns a 72-hour period of horror for the city of Los Angeles. I mean, look. You want me to give it a plot? Or you want me to play it? Let's fucking play it. Let's do it. Indestructible Man. Oh, this is going to be great already. Look, so far off to a great start, right? Plot twist, everyone in this is dust now. Well, Jesus, way to bring up the goddamn mood. Way to bring up the goddamn mood. It's a fucking superhero movie. It's the Hall of Justice. That's where the fucking Justice League lives.
I was dictating the wrap-up on the Butcher Benton package. I'm Lieutenant Dick Chasin.
Fucking great name.
This hadn't been a routine case.
What a great name.
And to find the answer, I've had to put a lot of
his
little
family
pieces
changed his
together.
name at Ellis Island. It was originally
Began
Penis
on the day
Holder.
Most cases can be called closed. It was the day before the butcher was to be executed. He was visited by his attorney, Paul Lowe, in the death house. It was at this first meeting the Butcher Benton case took its first switch.
Well, that's it, Butcher. The evidence against you is so strong, the governor turned down your appeal.
Oh,
You're
no.
a rotten liar, Lowe. You started railroading me from the beginning of the trial. And now you're still trying to
Are we
throw
thinking
me
that?
curves.
I don't think this old man
I
did
don't blame
anything
you for
wrong.
being edgy, but get this straight. I didn't double-cross you. I never worked harder for a client.
You mean you never worked harder for a client to get him sentenced?
You were a fool, Butcher. If you hadn't tried to double-cross Squeamy Ellis and Joe Marcelli, they wouldn't have turned state's evidence against you. But you had to get greedy. You wanted to keep the whole $600,000 for yourself.
$600,000?
Boys
That
get
was
sore
like
and I don't
$6
blame
million today.
It was all your idea. You planned the whole job. You hired us. When you found out I'd staged the money, you decided it was time for me to die. You got
They're
those
gonna
two
kill him?
crumbs to turn state's
But
evidence
guys,
on me.
he's indestructible,
You
I'm assuming, by the
stinking
title of the
rotten
movie.
mouthpiece.
We both know that isn't true, Butcher. Now, look, what's the sense in not giving me the money? It's not going to do you any good.
Well,
Wait, so this guy
I'll have
wants
the
his money?
satisfaction of knowing that none of you three crumbs are going to spend it.
What about Eva? Don't you owe her something? You tell me where the money is, I'll see that she gets your share.
I've got a different idea.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna kill you and Squeamy and Joe. Then I'll take care of Eva myself.
You thick-headed ape, you're going to die tomorrow.
No, he's not. He's indestructible. Do they not know the title of the movie? Did they not read the
You know
script?
what I said? I'm gonna get you. All three of you.
Oh, boy.
Even for you, Butcher, that'd be quite a trick. So long, dead man.
That's a good point. His name's Butcher. I mean, I'm assuming he's not a
Remember
good
what I
guy.
said? I'm gonna kill you. All three of you.
All right, but he can't hear you. He's too far away now.
Back in Los Angeles, two men sat in a bar room listening to a newscaster tell his headline story.
And it was
He played up big
1956, so
the
everybody
butcher's
was
threat
still
to
white
kill
here.
Paul Lowe, Squeamy Ellis, and Joe Marcelli for their having turned state's evidence against him.
Look at that. Look
Squeamy
at
Ellis
that
didn't
chin
seem happy
dimple.
over the butcher's threat.
That's an alpha
Neither
male.
did Joe Marcelli. But they had figured, once a dead man, always a dead man. But this was one time everyone was in for a surprise, including the entire police department.
Did you see Garfield today?
Teletype just came in from San Francisco.
It was better than Family
Butcher's
Circus.
execution is set for 5 o'clock this afternoon. And like the newspapers say, he still refuses to talk about that stolen money.
Thank you for the exposition.
Well,
I
I
also
still
love
have
that they
hopes
just
of
have
coming up with
pictures,
something.
random pictures of cops behind them.
That's what I dropped by for, Dick. With Butcher's execution, the department's marking it case closed. That means you'll be reassigned.
I spent a whole year trying to break this case. As far as I'm concerned, Butcher's death is just the beginning.
As you can tell, I'm wearing my
Of course,
pants
I
really
can't
high,
prove
so
it,
I mean
but
business.
I think that Paul Lowe was the top man. And even though I have to keep working on it while off duty, I'm going to get Lowe, Squeamy Ellis, and Joe
Get
Marcelli.
low!
Okay,
Get low!
Lieutenant. Officially, I've taken you off of the case. Unofficially, I wish you luck. Do me a favor. Keep me posted.
Will do.
So he's
Thanks,
officially
John.
off the case, but he's still on the case. Listen, guys, this is
I
why
headed
people
for
are
Eva
rioting.
Martin.
Police were even corrupt back
She
then.
worked in a local burlesque house. I'm
Oh,
a
look.
cop, and my job is to ask questions and get answers.
And rape women.
So I decided
I was
I
all
might
out
as
of
well start
questions.
again with her.
Is he going to slap her? I just feel in this 50s movies, they'll always slap people.
Oh. What do you want?
I'd like to talk to you.
Talk? You're a cop, aren't you?
That's a good question.
Well,
I can't
obviously
even
a
find
cop.
a 3-ton armored car, let alone the $600,000, and I've been on the case a year.
You're absolutely a cop.
I've told you and I've told you and I've told you. I don't know anything about the money. I never did.
Benton's gonna be dead in a little while. I thought it might make a difference.
Why did everybody have
I
pointy
never
bras in
knew
the
anything
50s?
about the money. Call me dumb. I didn't even know Charles was in the rackets until the trial.
Now, take it easy, kid.
You're on, Eva.
I gotta go have sex with a U.S. president. Oh, yes, sir. I will shine your suit, sir. Yes, sir. What do you need? I got some information right here. I'm not being racist. That's how they used to talk. Time to punch in from some murdering. Oh man, that clock's broken. Time went by way
Honey,
too
here's
fast.
your wrap.
Uh-oh. Burlesque show's over, folks.
Ago,
I like her
Butcher
dressing
Benton,
room
without
area is
revealing
just
the
like a
whereabouts
bedroom
of the
sheet she put up by a
$600,000
block.
stolen in the armored car holdup, paid for his crimes against society in the gas chamber at San Quentin.
Man, thank
Now
God
for a
that
look at the
story was
internationals.
playing right when they walked
Today,
in.
Come on, baby. Don't waste tears on Benton.
Uh-oh.
I feel so badly about Charles. If I'd known,
They set
maybe
him
I
up.
could have done something.
Also,
How
I
about
like that she had the right
Think about it.
rehearsal 9 a.m. in case she
I
forgot
just can't drink
on the
while she's
wall.
working.
You have a fucking day planner, lady?
What's that?
It says we must
Well, now what's
secure
the matter?
of.
The message from Charles.
He says
told
he's
me
in
to open
charge.
it. He died.
Finale, Eva.
All right.
This burlesque is, this
about a
back then
steak
was
after the
high
show?
class stripping.
No, thanks. Not tonight, Paul.
I didn't find out until much later, but Paul
Because
Lowe,
I can't
in
read.
Opening the letter the butcher had given
I had
Eva,
the shoe shine
found
boy
a
read it
map
for me.
outlining
That's
a
the
section of
map?
city sewer system, and clearly identified was the spot.
That
where the
wasn't
butcher
clearly
had hidden the
identifying
stolen
anything.
payroll.
That was
He
terrible.
replaced it with a $50 bill. I guess he figured $50 to gain $600,000 was not a bad day's work.
So $50, you transfer. That's about $5,000 today. I'm assuming. I always inflate a lot. I always
And a few
inflate a
hundred
lot.
miles away in San Francisco, the case took another switch.
Homosexuals
Turned the
started
next
moving into this
72
town, and
hours
it's
into
never
one
been the
long,
same.
hideous nightmare.
And by the way, San
Dr.
Francisco's not a
Bradshaw,
few miles away
distinguished
from LA. It's
biochemist,
pretty
was
far.
making preparations for a final experiment which he hoped would lead the way to a cure for
Oh,
cancer.
this is going to be this is the sci-fi
He'd been
part. I thought it was just
successful
going to be a
with
regular
laboratory
detective story.
The last step called for a human body. And Dr. Bradshaw's assistant quickly made a deal with a local mortuary and returned to the laboratory with the dead body of Butcher Benton.
Butcher Benton's going to become indestructible. He blinked. You saw him blink?
Well, I didn't waste any.
Any trouble?
No, I just handed the money over and moved the body into your station wagon.
Yeah,
That was
shut up,
that.
nerd.
Good. Get a syringe.
It's Tucker Carlson's dad right there. Or grandfather, excuse me.
He's in good shape.
Well, I hope so.
Let's check his penis.
We'll get other blood samples later. We'll run this one through fast.
Right.
Now wheel him into the machine and then raise him.
Right.
All right, we're going to set it for 2 minutes and set it for popcorn mode. Yes, he does CrossFit. That's why he's in shape. It's very funny.
Ready?
He's blinking again.
You mean you're going to give him 287,000 volts?
Yes, yes. I'll get the fluoroscope set. We'll check with that before we start dissecting. Turn off the lights.
This is going to kill my power bill, Doc. Don't worry, I connected to the P.F. Chang's power grid. We'll be fine.
There you are, old boy. If you respond properly and my theory is sound, you'll be more famous dead than alive. Pull the switch.
Kind of like Tupac. Oh, you'll get that in the future. That signifies it's electricity. What's the point of these fucking things that they're spinning around? They're worthless. These meters are worthless. Again, besides the voltmeter, the other meters are General Electric, of course. Those bastards. This is when Frankensteins were made in America, folks. Frankensteins used to be here in the old USA.
Wait, I thought I saw
Not in
pulsation
China
on the
like they
heart.
are now.
You're right.
He's pregnant.
Dr. Bradshaw is beginning to breathe. You've brought this man back to life.
Isn't that the point?
The heart muscle has simply responded to a terrific electrical shock, that's all. Yes, but it does prove that the cells still function.
Dr. Bradshaw,
What?
he is alive.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm standing right next to you.
Last.
His cells are multiplying now, if your theory is right.
They'll take over the country and ruin the
reaction going
demographic
longer.
if they keep multiplying this fast.
But it's worth a try. Get the body out.
This actor cannot help but blink. He can't help it.
Get some adrenaline from the supply room. Some amyl nitrite, too. Hurry, hurry.
All we have is aspirin. Will that work? No, he's waking up, guys. Now he's supposed to move. Finally. Lying here in my bed, being a Frankenstein. You know, I'm really sick of all these other Frankensteins. You know, I don't really care if it was a book first, you know? And let's be honest, Frankenstein was a Jewish name.
Hey, now. You mustn't move. Your heart can't stand the strain. Now, you must lie still. Please, please. Easy now. Easy. Easy. You must lie. Easy, please.
Did we put makeup on him, at least try to make him look like a monster? Because now he just looks like a punch-drunk wrestler at the end of his life.
He tried to talk, but the electrical voltage had burned out his vocal cords.
Oh, well, good. At least he didn't have to talk.
Destroyed his brain. He knew who he was. He knew who he hated. As he stumbled about the room, I think he thought only about one.
Having
Jill
to take
Lowe,
a
Squeamy,
pee.
and Joe Marcelli. The tremendous electrical voltage that Dr. Bradshaw had given the butcher had increased his cellular structure to the point where he was no longer a man. Dr. Bradshaw's experiment had created a vicious, brutal animal with an almost inconceivable amount of strength.
Well, it's conceivable.
Dr. Bradshaw must have believed the butcher's regained life would last for only a few minutes. Therefore, instead of calling for help, the doctor decided to handle his creation alone.
Do you still have a Baconator?
Just relax. I'm a doctor. I want to try to help you. Do you understand me? You're in my laboratory.
I think it's pronounced laboratory.
And you were declared dead. I tried an experiment on you and brought you back to life, although I didn't intend that. Now, you've had a great shot. Now come and sit down. Now, be quiet. Now, come and sit down. Take it easy. That's the boy.
Does this count as a zombie movie? I don't think so. I think it's more Frankenstein.
Careful. His reactions are violent.
How do you explain?
Yeah, I noticed that when he ripped the fucking door off the hinge, Doc. You're a scientist?
His strength is unbelievable. No. It's too late for the amyl nitrite. I want to get some blood samples. Make some tests on him. Find out what's happened. Get me a syringe.
And get me a Diet Coke, too. Its needle's not gonna go in. He's Superman also. This isn't a zombie movie either because he's also like the movie's Indestructible Man. He's indestructible.
The needle penetrate the skin.
The tissue must be nearly a solid mass of cells.
Are you gonna run some sort of scans, or are you just gonna guess?
Surgically, perhaps. Now, easy, man. Take it easy. You can't leave here now. I'm responsible for your being alive.
And he's responsible for you two being dead. Listen to that music. Now, where's that hooker I'm gonna kill? And honestly, I get that he's brain dead or whatever. What's he gonna need with all this money? Not my collectible coins.
Towards the end of this case, Captain Lauder and I found out the doctor and his assistant had been murdered. But
we're not great police officers.
The butcher
we found out a
know
year
how
later.
He'd been brought back from the dead, and he didn't care. All he knew, he was alive. Then this monster-made man started thinking about Los Angeles.
And then he realized how bad it was going to be in the future. The income tax rates, all the illegal Mexicans, and he got mad and went out for revenge.
On that very night back in Los Angeles, I decided to stop playing detective for a little
and
while.
started playing rapist.
I went to the burlesque house to ask Eva to have dinner with me.
And I showed her my
After
penis.
all, the butcher was dead, and if I got lucky, sooner or later, I figured Paul Lowe would lead me to the
I
stolen
think the reason
payroll.
you're there is to get lucky,
In
sir.
a way, that possibility made me even feel better.
It's not fair to watch the show from backstage.
Yeah, well, it's also not raining, so why do you have an umbrella?
I take it by that remark you like my routine.
By that
Yeah,
remark,
pretty good.
the problem, film was so expensive,
What
you
I
just
can't
kept most
figure out,
takes
though,
back then.
is why you stay in a place like this. It shouldn't be hard for someone like you to get a job in a class spot.
If you weren't a detective, I'd be willing to bet with a line like that your next remark would be, how about dinner?
Well, if you weren't a woman, I'd
not
punch you right in the
exactly
nose
dinner,
for being so
a hamburger
presumptuous.
might be a good idea.
If you're asking in an official capacity, I can't say no.
I'm off duty.
Honey, you have something on your face.
For the past 6 months, all I've ever called you is Lieutenant Chase.
You have something
Do you
on
have
your
a first
face,
name?
ma'am.
Dick.
Dick.
Give me 10 minutes for a quick change, because you just made yourself a date, Lieutenant. I mean, Dick.
Saw her I fuck him? Totally I fucked him.
You know something, Dick? I haven't had hamburger in the front seat of an automobile with a guy in a lot of years.
Wait till you see what I give you in the back seat.
It's funny.
I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with my name.
Really a human being. I mean, unless he was arresting someone or trying to solve a case, he was unhappy.
Shows you how wrong you are.
Because you're a woman and your brain's smaller. Science shows that.
The job they do. Maybe we're more human than anyone else. We see so much trouble, we get to hate the word.
That's why we have to kill
As
minorities
long
for
as the
fun.
world's filled with people, there'll have to be men who enforce the laws.
Not women, though. Can you
What
imagine
made
women
you join
cops?
the department?
Now,
Let's all laugh at female law enforcement.
No, honest, I'd like to know.
Well, it's really a very short story.
Unlike what's in my
When
pants.
I got out of the Air Corps, I knocked around for a while.
Knocked around, huh?
Well, I
Slinging
went to work
D,
for
baby.
an oil company. One day, I went back to college on the GI Bill. Just before graduation,
I think you mean G.I. Joe.
I noticed all about the police department exams. Seemed a pretty good thing to do with your life, so I took the exams, passed, then went on from there.
If I, ask
I
one
get
more
it, but are we
question,
gonna fuck?
Mr.
I mean, why are we still talking? I literally gave you the
Am I
fuck me
still
eyes.
part of the Charles
I really don't
Butler
care that you were in the military.
I mean,
Do you want me to
right now.
suck your dick or what?
I don't think so. As far as the department's concerned, when Benton was executed, the case was marked closed. But inside of me, that's not good enough.
I don't follow you.
Because I'm a woman and I'm really stupid. I just don't understand most words. Is it like gardening or jelly beans? Because I understand those things.
Someday, no matter how long it takes, I'll get him and the money. Until I do, the Benton case for me is not closed.
It's the
Give you my
opposite of
word,
that.
Dick.
A
Charles
jar.
Button never told me anything about the money.
Oh, I've been sure of that for a long time. But how did you ever get mixed up with anyone like the butcher?
Well, I'm a
Since
hoe.
trouble ever started,
And I just like to throw my pussy out there for
I had a
people.
roommate who used to date Benton all the time.
Ooh, really?
One day she
Threesome?
packed and left for Chicago. Benton carried a torch for her, and he used my shoulder to cry on.
No, I mean, he carried a
I knew we were
literal
having dinner
torch.
together, and
It burned my
2 weeks later,
sheets. It burned
I
my
was labeled
curtains.
by
The
the
house
police
was
as
a
the
mess.
#1 suspect and Benton's girl, but it was never like that.
Man, it feels like
I
it was
made
like
only
that.
one mistake. I felt sorry for him.
You mean, until he was arrested for the robbery and the killing, you had no idea how he earned a living?
I know this
I
is
don't
going
even
to
know
sound
where I am
crazy,
right
but
now.
I only went out with Benton a couple of times, and all we ever talked about was Madge, my old roommate. The last time I saw him, he tried to get too friendly, and that's when I told him he had the wrong
But
girl.
I'll fuck you.
But like I said, I'd already made my mistake.
What about the burlesque house? How do you two fit together?
Well, I like to
sound
take my
like a
clothes
lot of
off for
other
money. I thought it was pretty self-explanatory.
I left a small town a couple of years ago because I
Smallville.
won a beauty contest.
Have you
and
heard of
the
it?
first prize was a screen test. Da, da,
A what?
After which, nothing happened?
That's right. Only it was pretty rough. And then one day
Speaking
I
of
read
rough.
an ad about girls wanted for a burlesque show. I auditioned and I got the job. You know something? It's like any other job. If you're looking for trouble, you can find it even in a schoolroom.
Well, when the screen test didn't work out, though, why didn't you go on home?
Well, first you have to have a home to go back to.
And I sold it all because I really have no forward planning.
As good as any place else. I don't know about you, but I do 8 shows a day, and at this hour I'm bushed.
I don't know about you, but I'm sick of you talking.
Mind if I drive you home?
No. And I'll tell you something else.
We don't have to wear seatbelts because it's the 50s. They're not even around.
I kept playing tag with Lowe. He made 4 telephone calls. 3 of them didn't interest me, but one did. The one to Joe
It was to a
Marcelli.
GameStop. He was trying to return a slightly used Zelda game.
And for some unknown reason, I began to get the feeling that this case was finally about to explode.
No
in my
crosswalks
favor.
either. 50s, folks. No rules. No rules.
You see what I mean? Well, look at that, will you? I seen him stagger on 2 legs, but he's doing it on 4.
Shut up, you flea bag.
Who's calling names? At least I
He called her a flea bag.
A stoolie.
I warned you before. All right, Harry, that's enough. I'll take care of him.
He turns around and punches the old lady. I'll take care of it. Cracks the old lady in the back of her dumb head.
Keep showing around here. Sooner or later, he's going to get slugged. Cripple or no cripple. All right, shut up, Jim. Sit down.
She was only 24. Yeah, back then, you're right. 24 having a beer.
I need a shot. Bad.
You'll get one after I've talked to you. You sober enough to understand?
Yeah, I run out of dough.
Oh, dope or dough?
You used to be the best torch man in town. Now I don't think you could crack a safe if you knew the combination.
Are you nagging him to see if he'll help you?
Since I turned states on Benton. That's your doing. You told me.
All right, quit crying. I got a job for you. If you can stay off that stuff long enough.
Where's this Indestructible Man? Is he going to show up again at some point?
How much? What is it?
There's $2,000 in it for you.
Where?
Right near where he pulled the job. Interested?
$2,000 ain't much out of 600,000.
There'll be other expenses.
That's like $10,000 now. I always add extra.
You want it, or do I get another boy?
I'll do it. How soon do you want me?
Well, what a ripoff! Out of 600 grand?
Call me before noon. I'm going to the races. 1.
I'm on
That's all
Nextel.
those jobs
Here's my
open.
Nextel number. Kind of feel like he could have just taken a road. I don't know why he's out in the woods. Probably to kill some random people making out in cars, like they always used to do.
The butcher was walking slowly toward Los Angeles.
But that's because he was
traveled
retarded.
through wooded hills to prevent being seen by anyone. Finally, he came to a quiet road.
So he's not
stopped to get his
retarded. He
bearings.
just can't talk.
And then he saw her. And he saw something else.
A dame like that hitchhiking. Look how small her
butcher,
waist
that rang
is.
a bell.
Look how
With a
small
car,
her waist
he knew
is.
by the next afternoon he'd be in Los Angeles in plenty of time to catch up with the 3 men who had double-crossed him.
Pointy boobs, tiny waist. That was the 50s, baby. Hey, honey.
Well, see, you're a real
looking
gentleman
for a
to be
good
helping
time?
strangers in distress. I hope you don't mind me using the babe here as bait. Quite a dish, isn't
wow.
she? But that's what she gets
This is
paid
a
for.
snake
Bait,
oil
that is.
salesman.
Yes, sir. She's a
He
real
put her
shaker
out
as
as
to my
bait.
outfit. Carnival man myself. Just call me Connie. Yeah.
The con man
well,
named
friend,
Connie?
we're in a little bit of difficulty here. Got a flat tire, brand new car, no tools in the back. Why,
And
some of these dealers make
is
my
this the same
carnival
woman?
business
Did
look
they
like
change the
babes
woman?
in the woods.
Was that the same woman? So he's not even that bad of a guy. He's helping him change the tire. Unless it's to steal the car. Maybe he's doing it to steal the car?
Soundkill, Hooley. Say, who you with, Fred? Let it down, let it down.
I'm a Manning
No matter
brother.
who you with, friend. Believe me, I can do better for both of us. I'll make a fortune for the both of us. Oh!
Oh, it's completely different hair. They filmed that way at a different time. And yeah, you're right. You can poke your eyes out with that girl's with those girls' tits.
An hour
Operator.
later, the San Francisco Police Department sent out an APB.
Hi, this is the San Francisco Police Department. How can we help you on this fabulous day?
Squads were sent to various parts of the countryside.
Let's go start a riot, folks. Let's do it. Why is that car yelling at me?
Roadblocks were thrown up to catch the cold-blooded
Pull out those
killer
guns
that
immediately.
The girl had described.
Immediately pull out your firearm.
Each squad kept reporting back to central headquarters, and each of their stories was the same. So far, none of them had spotted the car the killer was driving.
I like to wear slacks and
Orders
t-shirts.
were given to shoot to kill, because from the girls' further accounts, they realized they were dealing with a maniac.
Uh-oh, he's a maniac. He's not stopping. Oh, he stopped. He's not that crazy. The bullets aren't going to work. He's an indestructible man. Wow, this guy must not be high-leveled in GTA because he's completely messing with those. I kind of feel like he would have been better off just running through the barrier. Solemn Grundy, born on a Monday. That's exactly who reminds me of. Solemn Grundy. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, Captain J.I. Lawler. We couldn't afford for spelling out Captain.
Information will answer all of your questions. If I can be of any further service, let me know. Sincerely, J.I. Lawler, Captain Police, L.A.
Another all points from CHP, Captain.
Is he black?
These reports sound like they come from a bunch of loonies.
A bunch of monkeys wrote these, huh?
Sergeant. Yeah. I want Lieutenant Chasen to look these over as soon as he comes in.
All right, Captain.
You want Dick to look it over? Nice.
The next morning, I read the stories of the brutal murder of the two police officers.
Turns out it was hilarious.
I also read the witness's statement about the bullets having no effect upon the killer. I felt sorry.
Well, I didn't need to read it. You narrated it. I don't need to read it if you narrated it.
Can become confused when suddenly they receive a brutal shock. I didn't believe a man existed who could not be stopped by a slug from a 45.
Also, did you know that wasabi is just horseradish with coloring in it?
You and the rest of the force are going on 24-hour duty. Seen the headlines?
With this guy that's running amok up north?
Yeah, the latest report, he's killed 2 police officers. Made a getaway in a green coupe heading south. I've got a hunch this killer's gonna be our baby. He could be in town right now.
A baby killer? They're adding another villain this late into the film?
Okay.
Now there's a baby killer?
Any new leads on that holdup money?
I think the girl can probably be counted out. If any of the others are wise, they're keeping mighty quiet.
With, like, real no evidence. The girl just played dumb and just let her go?
We catch this killer. Newspapers will have a field day.
Hubba hubba. Ahooga.
We were wrong about 2 things. The killer was already in our city.
And black
we
crime
didn't know
statistics.
He was Butcher Benton. He headed straight for Eva Martin. He went to her dressing room to get back the map he had left in the envelope.
The map, that worthless map. That I've already memorized that map, by the way. That map is so dumb. There's no need for it. I already know what it looks like. Scream? Is she gonna scream? She's gonna scream.
Can't be.
Am I dreaming?
You do look like him. Only different somehow.
I was in the Holocaust, see?
It is you. Why didn't somebody tell me?
Because you're a woman and you would have freaked out. It's about that time.
These look like bullet holes. Are they?
She's gonna try to scam him for the money, isn't she?
There isn't even a mark.
Wow. Well, that's definitive proof, guys. He's indestructible. I'm surprised the woman didn't yell, to be honest with you.
I opened it like you told me, and I found the $50. I didn't know why you left him. Oh, Paul didn't know why he was here.
I'm a dumb woman. I don't know anything. You thought she would faint? That's a good point. It's either scream or faint, or maybe the scream into fainting.
Don't get crazy.
No, he can't talk. You missed it earlier. His vocal cords were electrocuted out when they brought him back to life.
He left her dressing room and started for Squeamy Ellis and Joe Marcelli's place. Because he knew, with them out of the way, Paul Lowe couldn't open the strong box where the money was hidden. He thought of Squeamy and Joe first.
But I feel like you're indestructible. Like, you're also strong. You just rip it up, right? You rip it open, right? I mean, you saw you rip a door off its hinge. Well, the show must go on. I'm set on stage here, and these horny guys aren't going to get hard on their own. No, it's not Mo. Excuse me, ma'am. Where's the gonna going? And then they immediately shoot the black guy for miscegenating with a white woman. That's what would happen. Immediately shoot the black guy for miscegenating. Hello, movie phone? What time's the Sonic movie playing?
Hey, Eva, can I borrow your eyebrow pencil?
I guess that's a yes.
Operator, get me police headquarters.
Which one?
Lieutenant Chasen, please.
What? I'm sure there's more than one. Which headquarters?
When do you expect him?
Ma'am, can you be more... Operator, get me police headquarters.
Tell
And the
him Charles
operator
Benton
is...
is
How would
alive.
the operator know when to
And even
expect him?
bullets can't stop him.
I feel like you would wait to be
I'm
connected to
not
the police
crazy.
headquarters. I feel like these operators wouldn't know when he would be working.
Just say a friend of Charles. He'll know.
Really? He'll know? Just say friend of Charles? See, ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
After leaving a message for me, Eva telephoned Squeamy Ellis.
What a great name.
She tried to tell him the butcher was alive. And on
But he
his
was
way
all
over to kill him.
squeamish about it.
Squeamy didn't believe her, and in a way,
Because she was a woman, and why would you blame her?
Who in their right mind would believe a man had returned from the dead?
And especially if
What
a broad
Squeamy
was
actually
telling you, a
believed
dizzy
was that
broad.
The butcher, before his execution, had hired a killer to carry out his threat.
She's going to find the map. The map with no information, and I don't know what to do with it.
You sick? What? You don't look so good to me.
No, there was a zombie in
All
here,
right.
and the police guy didn't believe me.
Favor.
It was a whole
I
fucking
could take
thing.
over the matinee trick for you. What? It's easy. Look, Ava, I can do it.
Oh, here we go. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum.
Francine, I just thought of something.
Yeah?
Why don't you take over
Eva
the entire
agreed to
show?
let Francine do the show. She hoped she'd be able to interrupt the butcher before he arrived at Squeamer's
They're going to
hotel.
switch outfits. That way the other
failing
woman
that,
gets killed,
at least
even
be
though they
able to
look
warn him to stay
completely
out of
different
sight.
from each other.
You wanted me, Captain?
What's up, Dick?
Yeah, I just had a rundown on those fingerprints of the stolen car up north. We got nothing on the driver who was killed or the woman with him.
I feel like in the 50s, fingerprints was a whole ordeal,
look at
right?
these.
Thank you, Citizen Arcane. Arcane?
There's something funny about these.
Yeah. The boys in the lab can't figure it out either. Those are the killers. They were found on the steering wheel. Looked like they'd been stamped in with a steel die.
They sure do.
What? How did you pick all that up?
These are Butcher Benton's.
What? Well, they look the same to me. How do the lab boys explain that?
They don't. Their best
They're a
guess
terrible
is a
lab
twin brother.
boys.
An
They're not
identical
great at
twin
science.
Could have the same pattern of whorls with only slight variations. Ever hear of the butcher having a twin brother?
No.
Even if he
But-
did, it wouldn't explain these freak prints.
Yeah, I was going to say, but even if you had a twin brother,
You didn't pick up your
fingerprints
message,
wouldn't be the
Lieutenant.
same. With
Some
twins have
wacky
different
dame
fingerprints.
And she says Charles Benton is alive, and bullets won't stop him.
If we buy
Well, that
the
sounds
twin
fair.
theory,
That
Who was
sounds
she?
good enough.
Where'd
Let's
she
just
see?
believe
Well,
her
she
and
wouldn't
do a
leave
whole
her
case
name.
around it.
Sounded kind of hysterical to me. Said she was
She
a
is a
friend of
woman.
Butcher's.
Eva Martin.
Get over at the Follies and see what that girl knows.
Yeah.
Did she say all that? I don't remember her saying that on the phone.
Some guys have all the luck. I never drew an assignment to the Follies.
Well, yeah, because you're a uniformed officer. You're not a detective, you fucking dick. Oh, no, he's Dick. You fucking prick.
Meanwhile, the butcher headed for Squeamy's hotel. He didn't seem to be in any particular hurry. Actually, he seemed like any normal person.
So he's walking normal now? He's not walking like a
On
weird
his way
sci-fi
home.
monster like fucking 10 minutes ago?
He rode up Angel's Flight, arrived at the top, scanned the hotel building, and then noticed the only exit from Squeamy's apartment, a fire escape.
That's the only exit? He doesn't have a front door? Man, it must be terrible being Squeamy getting to his apartment every day. Hello, Squeamy? I'm getting out of here. Look at that, guys. Not a cell phone in sight, just people living their life. I'm gonna put on my running heels. Parkour, yeah, he's gonna parkour out of there. I'm assuming trolleys like that don't exist anymore, right? Anybody else want to take a cool trolley like that? I just feel like that would be fun. I kind of feel like it would suck if you had one of the apartments next to it, listening to it all the time, but still. It's like a fun little, Angel's Flight. It's better than taking the Joker stairs. All aboard! Wait, are they in San Francisco? Are they in LA? It says LA Towels. Can somebody tell me where they are? Max is apologist says he used to live in San Francisco. The cripple's already at a disadvantage. He's a cripple. He just fucking threw him. No, I know they have trams, but I mean one that looked like that.
The butcher was figuring his next step. And as he looked at the dead cop,
I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be
Paul
murder,
Lowe,
right, folks?
the next man on his list.
This dizzy broad's still there, dressed the same. She dresses in the same outfit every day, too.
Give me a shot.
Shot of what? Just in general? You only have one fucking booze option?
Look, I need help. Just found out.
It's the same half-drink beer. They filmed this at the same time as the other thing.
Well, then drink up and get out. I don't want no trouble around my place.
You're a real pal.
Drink up and get out, I said.
This guy doesn't want any trouble in his place. He runs a fine establishment with one option of booze and an old lady. This guy's not making any money. There's not an elevator fucking man in there back then? Wow, that elevator goes quick. Cut your head right off. Ding. Menswear. He paid him with a pog. You're right. It was the silver dollar. But that's exactly. Paid him with a fucking pog. Here you go, sir. Also, I have a slammer for you if you're interested. Paul Lowe, attorney at law, before all attorneys were Jewish. You didn't take it off the hook and unplug it? You don't got to do both. You just do one. Right? Just funny. Has he shit or pissed since he's gotten out of the thing? Does he have to? Does that stuff still work? Oh, he's a happy monster. That's a happy monster. Sorry, I can't get over that he was a Frankenstein 30 minutes ago. Yeah, but now he's just a normal, indestructible guy who can't talk. Keep up with the story. Same elevator shot. He had to have a cigarette in his mouth so something would fall. That was 6 shots right there. 7, 8 shots. That was 8 shots out of a 6-shooter. Why you scream like a woman? Jesus Christ, man, the fuck up. Oh, it's Mall of America. There we go, the screaming woman. We have a screaming woman now.
Operator, get me the police. Police! Yes!
You're being hysterical. Wow, what a terrible active crime scene. They just let everybody walk up?
What's happened?
A guy named Squeamy got thrown from the 5th floor. He's dead on a mackerel. Customer of mine.
Why are you laughing?
Squeamy Ellis?
Yeah, that's it.
How do you know all this? This bartender knows more stuff than fucking Law and Order SVU bartenders.
I tell you, the bullets never even phased him. He must have been wearing a bulletproof vest.
Or he's a Frankenstein monster that's indestructible.
On duty here. You hear from me? We're going to stake out.
Ryan Williams, mackerels are never alive. Mackerels are never alive, sir.
Call San Quentin. Suppose Benton is alive.
Every available man's been put on the case now. Yes, sir. All right.
Thick.
All right. Anything new?
Thick.
Report on Dr. Bradshaw.
Or just her waist is small.
The San Francisco police located his laboratory in the basement of an electrical power receiving station.
Bradshaw, what's he know?
An electrical power receiving stations? I don't even know what that is.
The lab is a shambles. But now we're getting some action from San Francisco. Benton's body never arrived at the mortuary where it was supposed to go. An attendant there finally broke down, admitted he picked up some quick cash by handing the body over to a man he was unable to identify. The man was driving a station wagon.
Blasted man.
A station wagon? The man's clearly a homosexual.
Now, am I supposed to tell him that our killer is a dead man?
They found a notebook in Bradshaw's lab.
It had a
Tried
map
his
in it that was
experiments in with
really
Professor
weird.
Dwiggins at Caltech. I hope to hear from Dwiggins soon.
Dwiggins?
Captain, report from the valley on a hysterical woman. Reports the presence of the killer.
A hysterical woman. Not a woman.
Let's go.
A hysterical woman.
You and your boyfriend had a little fight, and he got out of the car to take a walk. You noticed.
Were you being annoying? Were you being a mouthy broad?
Seen those lights a short while before.
Because I understand a mouthy broad.
Please try to tell us.
Without screaming and being hysterical.
I just sat there a few minutes, I guess. I was pretty mad. Then there was a loud crash, like heavy metal, sort of, from down here.
Yeah, Anthrax was
Got
playing.
out of the car to get a better look. I heard Jimmy cry out something.
He was talking about cracking corn and not giving a hoot.
Then down here, in a patch of light, was Jimmy. And
Jimmy!
coming toward him was this man. Big man. Lifted Jimmy up.
Oh, you big tough guy? You a big tough guy?
Like he didn't weigh a thing. Jimmy screamed. Just once. Before he broke Jimmy's back. I heard it snap. Not far away. Then I started running till I found this house. They let me use
Ma'am,
the
calm
phone.
down. You're being ridiculous.
Thank you, mate. We'll see that you get home right now.
O'Malley, see that the young lady gets home all right.
Be careful, she's on her period and being hysterical.
Paul Lowe, while driving to his office, heard a radio commentator report the murder of Joe Marcelli. And what shocked him most was when the broadcast identified the killer as possibly being
White.
the butcher.
Oh.
Lowe headed straight for Eva Martin at the Burlesque Theater.
Oh, God, 3 sets they have in this movie.
You gave me a start, Mr. Lowe.
What are you doing here? Where's Eva?
She
I'm
quit.
taking her place. I'm going to wear her costumes. What's it to you?
I asked you, where's Eva?
Whoa!
Hey, don't
Goon-handed.
get critical. Well, watch your tone of voice, Buster. I told you. Little Eva isn't here.
Watch your tone of voice, Buster. I'll forgive you for being super aggressive for me because it's the
police
50s.
headquarters. That's where she is.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Captain Lauder's still
Maybe,
with
sir.
the mayor.
Yes,
The
sir.
killer dropped out of sight. He was last seen in the Hollywood area. Yes, sir. We know he's dangerous.
Just
Every
repeating
angle's
what he's
being
saying.
covered.
That way you don't have to narrate it.
Yes, sir. I'll tell him.
Why are you limping? Would you happen to have 7 cigarettes? Oh, because her heel broke. That broken heel's
Yes,
going to
yeah,
come into
that's
play later.
Low heels.
I'm sorry, it's the best our
Have some prison shoes, you whore.
Any idea how soon the captain will be back?
No heels. The thought of it.
Now, look, I'm going to see the captain if I have to wait here all night.
Paul. Paul, Charles killed Squeamy and Joe.
Joe, too?
Uh-oh, there's only one person left.
He's alive. I saw
He's
him, but
alive.
You wouldn't believe me.
I'm checking it. My guess is whoever killed them is on the trail of the money, Lowe.
Wow.
Maybe you better start talking. if
This
you know
guy's a
anything
fucking
about it.
great detective.
I don't know anything.
Did the butcher have a brother?
No brother.
It was Charles. I saw the tattoo on his arm.
Look, I demand police protection.
Where's the money, Lowe?
You heard me. I demand protection. I know my rights.
We put stakeouts on your office and home.
Well, that's not enough.
Wait, these two people are different
Well,
guys?
as far as we're concerned.
What? Sorry, these two guys, I thought they were the same people. Whoa, he just punched a cop. Now he gets to go to prison.
Dan, throw away the key.
Throw away the key for assault? I don't know if that's going to work. He got what he wanted. Okay.
He's somewhere in this city, and if we have to take it apart brick by brick, we've got to get him.
I may be way off, but I think Paul Lowe could tell us a lot.
Maybe. But it's a cinch he's not going to.
Because he's
Suppose
dead.
he had no alternative.
I think you better grab some coffee. Your mind's beginning to play tricks on you.
No, now,
Nah,
wait a
we're going to blackmail him.
When Lowe came
Or
to us
threaten
for
to
police
kill him.
protection, it was because he was scared
We're pretty
stiff
lax
the
on
butcher would
rules
add
back.
into the
This is
list
the
of
50s,
Squeamy
don't
Ellis
forget.
and Joe Marcelli.
Go on.
It figures, too. When he slugged the sergeant, he knew we'd book him right away.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations.
this Lowe's a
You're a
pretty cute
fucking
character.
genius.
But we can play the same game.
You mean we'll threaten to release him?
Well, not exactly. You tell him you realize that he was excited, that throwing the punch was accidental. Tell him we're not going to make a charge, that he's completely released.
Oh,
you know
no,
we
they're going to
can't do
release
that.
him?
Lowell made his first mistake when he hit the sergeant.
Are you
Never
allowed
get
to
him a
punch
year.
a cop?
As far as the department's concerned, at least it's a small victory.
If my hunch is right, Lowe won't want to be on the streets with the butcher looking for him. And he may talk and talk a lot. Enough
stay
maybe for
in
us to get
jail?
rid of him permanently. Even lead us to the
This is
butcher.
the weirdest episode of the first 48 I've ever
He's frightened
seen.
enough, that might work. But if it doesn't... No, Dick, I'm not going to release him. I want him out of my way so bad I can taste it, but not bad enough to be responsible for getting him killed.
The good thing about that, Captain, is the fact we know it, but Lowe doesn't.
Uh-oh. Get low.
Let's give it a try.
All right, Lowe. Come on out.
I think you'll find everything in there. You're free to go, Mr. Lowell.
Wait a minute.
What if he just
Who do you
punches
think you're
another
kidding?
cop?
You arrested me for
This guy has
assaulting an
free
officer.
range now to punch cops all he
Court, I'll
wants.
plead guilty. With luck, I might get off with 6 months.
For a lawyer, you're forgetting a very important point. If no charge is made, there's no trial. It was a tough day for everyone. We figured your nerves were on edge, and when you threw the punch, you didn't know what you were doing. I've squared everything with the sergeant. It's all over, all forgotten.
Yeah? Why'd you bring a stenographer?
Simply because I wanted a record of our conversation at the time of your release. Okay, Lowell.
And they
let's
didn't have
go.
recording
Wait a minute.
equipment back then wasn't cheap, so they just
What's
had
that
to
on
write
those
it down.
streets and I'm a
That
dead
never
man?
got forged or anything.
You let me go, you'll be responsible for murder.
Oh, come off it, Lowe. You're imagining things.
You know the butcher
fucking
threatened to kill
zany
me.
dude.
You set me free, he'll do it.
Well, that's just a risk we'll have to take. But the way I look at it, Mr. Lowell, you'll be okay.
Look, Captain, I'll make a deal with you. You keep me here, and I'll tell you how to recover the money. Maybe even catch the butcher.
Wow.
No deals, Lowell.
That was easy.
You'd probably tell us anything just to stall for time. Come on, let's get out of here.
Now, wait a minute. All right.
And by the way,
tell
this
you
back
the
then you were
truth.
going into a white prison, 6 months. That's not
Start taking
bad.
this
I
down.
mean, it's not a current federal prison, you know.
I, Paul Lowe, hired Butcher Benton, Squeamy Ellis, and Joe Maselli to pull off the armored car.
Well, this is worse. You're going to get way more time for the armored
And
car
then Lowe
heist than you
continued
were
with his
for this.
confession.
Hold on, he's going to do the
He
Joker
told us
dance
about
on the
finding
stairs.
the map. He showed us the exact location of where the butcher had hidden the stolen payroll. And he gave us a most important answer. The explanation as to how the butcher was able to elude detection. His
By
means of
becoming a
escape was
ninja
the
turtle.
sewer system beneath our city.
Master Splinter! There's a Frankenstein monster in her home.
The department went to work fast. Every
Operator.
police squad in the city was detailed to cover a specific area. Every entrance and exit to the Los Angeles city sewer system of 700 miles was covered. Captain Lauder and I, along with several other squads, headed for the entrance where, according to the map, Butcher had
it's a
hidden
bunch of
the
gay
money.
cops because they're motorcycle
Our
cops.
job was to stop him, and that made me think of one specific question. When we
Why
found
was
him,
I not wearing
would this
underwear
monster
today?
be stopped? I, for one, wasn't sure.
They'll never find me in here. Jesus Christ, I wish the police responded like this to the riots in fucking Minneapolis, right? This is how you drive. This means you're driving. This is how you drive a car. You go side to side. Just driving a car like a
City
normal
engineers mapped
person.
out each possible exit. A squad of officers are spotted at every point. If the Butcher can be caught, now's the time.
Well, after
He's
I talked
taking
to
a dump.
Caltech, I called on the fire department for a little help. The professors thought a flamethrower might stop him.
Flamethrower?
I suppose their boys have had a chance to join our squads by now. See, we have one with us here.
Have you thought about what'll happen if this doesn't work?
I don't know, man. He's probably gonna
I've
get
been
his
praying
money.
too
And
hard that it
this
will
guy's
work.
not a fucking great bad guy. And how are you gonna stop him? All the science fiction was at the beginning of this, and it's gonna be maybe at the end of it, because in the middle of it, it was more of a detective story. Hey, what's up, dude? Cowabunga, he went that way, bro. Flamethrowers? Bazookas? Fuck, exactly. Bazooka check. Flamethrower check. Now let's get in these tight quarters. This should go over really well. Ouch. So this guy's like a white Luke Cage, basically. They should just get a nuke. Well, I get it, but it would have to be a tactical nuke. And these cops don't have a kill streak yet. If only our pants were higher.
This is where we split up. I'll go straight ahead.
Imagine paying 50 cents to see that. Yeah, no, you're right. But again, you have to remember, what was it competing against? Wartime footage? Like, this is all they had. Like, think about it. Talking pictures were already fucking amazing for them. It really didn't matter what was in them. Where's the burlesque dancer? We need some more of those hot tits. Give me some of them hot tits. A lot of setup here. Are we going to get to the action? You're right. This was crazy back then. If they showed these people a Marvel film, they'd blow their brains out. They'd call it witchcraft. That's a
This
fucking good
map's
point,
right,
C-Flat. That's
Robert,
exactly
of
what would happen.
We'll have to backtrack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm digging the burlesque dancers. Both of them could get it. I mean, the main one the most, but the other one too. Guy goon-handed her, and he was like, I don't give a... Get off me, you loser. Didn't fucking make a whole big deal. Didn't file a report. You should be able to break... that's what I was going to say. Okay, he was able to break it open. We already saw it. We already saw it open on the other side, brother. You fucked up. Yeah, you're right. He runs into the It Clown and the Ninja Turtles and the Street Sharks. Everybody that's ever been in a fucking sewer, basically. So you thought all this way through, you think maybe get like a bag with a dollar sign on it? That way we know there's money in it? You know, like a cartoon money bag? Again, I don't know what that bazooka is going to be used for here.
Let him have it.
Everybody died. Everybody would be dead now. They'd all be dead, or at least deaf. For sure they'd all be deaf. These guys don't understand splash damage. Have they never played Halo? By the way, that wasn't CGI. That was real fire that they used, obviously. Yeah, again, he doesn't seem that indestructible, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's pretty impervious to things, but he looks like he's hurt. Like, his skin a needle couldn't go through it, but he can melt his face. Great, now he's turned to Emperor Palpatine. Is that what we wanted? A monster Palpatine? Because now we have it. Is he gonna either kill himself with the electricity or become more powerful with the electricity? Why didn't his clothes burn? Because they only had one set of clothes. They didn't have like a fucking whole set designer. Okay, what do you want from them? Yes, this is a prequel to Darkman. This is how he became Darkman. And by the way, the PC term is African American man. Why even tease the burlesque? You're right, Brave Bigot. We're all wondering where the burlesque dancers went. They had it, and you expect we're going to see one burlesque show, but we're not. Pierce Morgan looks terrible in this. Oh, this is GTA. I remember this mission. You had to move the thing and pick up like the shipping containers. Terrible escape plan. I think it's very slow, sir. Now this is pod racing. That's very funny. He looks like Amy Schumer now. No, hey, don't insult this guy, all right? Is this suicide? He wants to kill himself. Yeah, he wants to kill himself. Or again, become more powerful. I'm not really sure. I think it's going to kill him, though. There's not much time left in the movie. That's not a miniature, by the way, guys. They blew up an entire electrical plant for this.
And the tremendous shock of electricity that brought the butcher back to life destroyed him. The $600,000 stolen in the armored truck robbery has been recovered. Case closed.
Case closed, folks.
Well, here are the scientist
Case
comments
closed.
for your records. I had to fill in a few spots with my own guesses, but I guess that's about the size of it.
So you just guessed in your police report?
Oh, some. Not much.
How's the girl today?
Well, I called the hospital about an hour ago. She'd gone.
Gone? Where?
She gone.
She told him she was a working
She
girl.
gone.
She'd been away from the job too long already.
Quite a girl.
What a whore.
Yeah. Say, how about that time off I've got coming?
48 hours, beginning right now. With some resting.
Oh, they're going to go to share a malt.
You know something, Dick? The past 72 hours seem like a bad dream. That rest in the hospital today really gave
It's going to
me
end with a
peace
kiss,
of
I'm
mind.
assuming? It's probably going to end with a kiss, right?
Now that it's over, I can't believe it actually happened.
The important thing is to remember, it is all over.
48 hours off? You mean a weekend? You're right, King James. That's a good
Hamburgers in the
point.
front seat of the car for steaks in a restaurant.
No. I've thought about that. In fact, I decided to do something about it. I started by talking the captain into a short holiday, and just about an hour ago...
48 hours is not a short holiday. It's time off that you deserve.
What did you do that for?
I figured that being my wife would take up all of your time.
Even if I wanted to say no, I couldn't.
Because you'd
You're
rape
not
me
supposed to
and
say
have a
no
gun.
to a detective.
I figured that, too.
So wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. He called her job, quit for her, and then said, "You're going to marry me whether you like it or not." And she just said yes? Look, I'm not going to lie. The last 5 minutes of that movie made up for all those other parts of it. Holy fuck. He called her job, quit for her, took a 48-hour holiday, told her, "You're going to marry me." And she says, "Even if I wanted to say no, I can't because you have a gun or whatever." What the fuck? That was awesome. This is what they do from us.
Whoa! Look at that.
Good morning, Roy. If you don't take your shirt off, I am going to burn down a Taco Bell.
No.
Also, is this the movie where The Rock beats the shit out of people with a 2x4?
No, you always ask that for all the movies. Always.
Look at that.
This ISNT and actual Vivo are fine.
What is this? You want to see me dead because of my hops?
Whoa! Look at that.
Thank you, Charlie.
I am on PS4, so my notifications aren't working. I thought this was 12 Angry Men at first.
That's another fucking... That's actually a decent movie, though. This movie was fucking trash, let's be honest.
Look at that.
Brave Bigots gave $10. Thank you, Brave Bigot. And then one more donation, I believe.
Whoa! Look at that.
Whew. Thank you, just the donation. That movie was something else, folks. Was something else. Can we do the old black and white The Fly next? Yeah, we can do that one next week, and why not? Again, it's gotta be royalty free. What did I learn from today's movie? Well, we'll explain what I learned from today's movie. I learned that in the 50s, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted to women. And it was totally fine. Especially if you were a detective. Especially if you're a detective named Dick. Do whatever you want. All right? I learned that electricity makes, just electricity, like nothing else, makes you indestructible except for flamethrowers and more electricity. I learned if you want a girl to marry you, corner her in a car and give her no goddamn choice. I'm ending early today, guys, because I do have some shit to do, but I'll be back for ROTC in a little more than 4 hours. I hope all of you have a fantastic, amazing, wonderful weekend and fantastic day wave. Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Movie Fridays again next Friday. Monday, regular show. Take it easy.
It starts out easy, something simple, something sleazy, something inching past the edge of reserve. Now through the lines of the cheap Venetian blinds, your car is pulling off of the curb. Oh, just when you think you're in control, just when you think you got a hope, just when you get on a roll. Oh, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. Yeah, here it goes again. I should've known, should've known, should've known again. 'Cause here it goes again. Oh, here it goes. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, here it goes again. I should've known. I should've known. 'Cause here it goes again. Oh, here it goes again. I guess there's gotta be a break in the monotony, but Jesus, when it rains, how it pours. Throw on your clothes a second time.